Yo guys, welcome to the video. Today in this video I just want to talk about the top 10 things we want from FIFA 21 career mode. These are my top 10 things, yours might be different, so if you've got different ones, drop them in the comments below, it'd be great. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So, at number 10, I've got spend your earnings as manager. They did the good thing last year of being able to customise your manager, but now need to go on a little bit further. Them earnings that we're getting, we're not able to spend them. We can see them building up how much you've earned, but just let us spend them. They could have clothing to unlock, cars to unlock, houses to unlock, and purchase these. Imagine starting a Road to Glory series on this little wage, and then you build up, buying things. You're a manager at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? We need something to show for what we're actually earning. And that brings me on to, this is in the same kind of number 10, contracts for managers. Every season just say, oh, we'll be happy to have you on board again. Alright, maybe I don't want to be. 9 times out of 10 I do. But maybe I don't want to be. Managers get contract extensions, do a good job after 3 years, get it extended for another 4. Do that. How simple. Like player contracts, you negotiate with the board. There we go. At number 9, managers moving clubs. I've done many a seasons, which you probably have, where you come up against Man City, Liverpool, all teams like that. Pep Guardiola's still there. You're 10 years into the season. It's unrealistic. Something needs to change there. Managers should be moving around clubs. Obviously, they need, if they do that, they need to not as a regular occurrence as players do, because managers do stick around for longer than players usually. At number 8, I've put player personality. This is probably more of a tricky one because there's so many players in FIFA. But I want them mavericks. I want people like Balotelli setting off fireworks in hotel rooms, making the headlines, and we have to deal with them as a manager in a club. Even if that's to ban them for 6 games. You want them player personality, add a bit more interest into career mode. It'll just make things a bit more fun. I mean, we've got the player conversations for FIFA 20. We know they're quite broken. But on a next-gen console, they have this power to be able to do these different things. At number 7, online career mode with friends. Doesn't just have to be friends, but an online career mode in general. Like, imagine how good it'd be. You've got the Premier League, not even the Premier League, it could be all around the world, and then the teams that don't get picked on your server, the computer are them ones. But you've got that opportunity to really show you are the best team in the country, throughout your friends, throughout of whoever's on that server. And then you've got realistic transfers as well. Be harder to, your players won't get sold on as much. There won't be as much movement in the transfer window, and it'll just be so fun. Like, imagine rocking up to work on a Monday, you've just hit top of the table, and you've got bragging rights for that full week. At number 6, more facility upgrades. This is quite a big one for me. I like the idea, if I'm a manager, I want to manage the full club, and to bring in your training facilities, upgrading your stadium for more capacity, upgrading your staff, even down to the hotels our players stay in overnight. I want control of that, and the travel expenses and all kind of that. We can see it at the moment, but I want to be able to manage it properly. At number 5, I've got improved scouting system. The scouting system isn't awful, but could be a lot better. Our scouts go across to different parts of the world, only bring back a small amount of detail. The scouts have been watching for a month. These players have been playing in their youth academy league. Bring back how many goals they've scored, how many clean sheets they've kept, how many assists they've got, how many minutes they've played. Just jump more deeper into it. So as a manager, I can be like, yeah, he is the one I want. At number 4, improved match simulation. Now, playing every single game during the season is a big ask, but the simulation is just absolutely diabolical at the moment. Let me see what's going on in the game. Bit like Football Manager. Let me see what's happening within that game, and then let me jump in if I need to. In the 70th minute, if I'm 1-0 down, let me jump in, take control, and get the situation under control. I want a more breakdown of the match facts. I want to see what players are performing well. I want to be able to make substitutions as a manager in simulation. And overall, I just want full control of that simulated game. Number 3. This is something that got taken out, I can't even remember how many years ago. Requesting funds from the board. Nothing's more annoying than scouting a player, but the team you're negotiating with is trying to drive a hard bargain and you haven't got the correct funds to be able to get this player. You need a little bit extra, and just requesting that from the board would be massive. I don't know why they took it out, because it just worked. It worked. Go back. Look at your previous games. Look at the career modes in that. Take the good aspects from that and go from there. Number 2, youth team. This is another big one. Youth players are just sitting there, even after like 6 months, they come back and say they want to leave the club. Right, okay, that doesn't how it works. Your youth team is there to promote into your senior squad. It's not realistic, and there needs to be a league for your youth team so you can see how them players in your youth team are getting on, and then you can base it on their performances who you want to come into your senior squad, your senior setup, your senior training. Even if you keep them in the youth team for a little bit, they can still come into the senior training setup. It just could be a lot better. They could do so much with it, but it's just wasted. It's one little tab down at the bottom. You go see who's got the best potential, best overall, and you promote them to your senior team. Probably send them out on loan for a good season or two, unless you're doing a Road to Glory series. So yeah, that's one of my big things, is the youth team. And number 1, which I think everyone's been screaming for the past 5 years, create a club. It's not difficult at all. You see many people creating teams through different kind of mods. Just let us create a club, start off from the bottom, our own club, so we're passionate about it, and work our way up throughout the leagues to get to that pinnacle of winning the Champions League. That's what I want. And all these things I've talked about come down to that creator club. Your facilities, you start off from the bottom, a little stadium, and then you build it up to a big one. Same with the training facilities, same with everything else. Be absolutely amazing. Like the best thing you could ever think of. They'd get so much more players playing career mode. I know a lot of people that stopped playing FIFA because the career mode just died. They'd sell a lot more copies of the game if they improved the career mode a lot more. They took steps last season, but we all saw at the beginning of the game coming out how broken that was. That wasn't acceptable, and it can't be the same this year. Don't think it will be. I think they've probably learned from the mistakes, and we'll just need to wait and see what they're going to be putting into the career mode and all of the stuff. I am going to be doing a video on the player career mode, because that's a whole new ball game. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.